Hi, everybody. I guess I'm live already. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, it is Friday evening, and I am at my daughter's house. Just got a text from her a little while ago. Actually, she tried to call me. She said like 17 times. I can't imagine it was quite that many, but my phone gets turned off at work because I can't be on the phone when I'm trying to pay attention to the kids. Hi, Susan. And so I told her, if you call me, I may not hear you because my phone's going to be turned off. And then I forget to turn it back on. And then we had a meeting with my pastor right after that. So I was rushing because I got to work today, found out that the other paraeducator is sick and her kids are sick. So she was home. She was not helping me at all because she wasn't there. Hi, Katie. Hi, Tamara. And hi, Susan. So I was on my own. Well, there were two teachers there, but I was doing all the charts. I was doing everything that needed to be done. And the kids were kids. What can we say? They were bouncing today again. It was just crazy, just absolutely crazy. They weren't bad. They were just rambunctious. And because the other pair wasn't there, these kids are used to, familiarity, things that they're used to. They don't handle change well. So that didn't go well for anybody. But it all ended pretty well. Everybody was getting along well and everybody was cool. So that kind of thing. Honey, do you want to take care of these dogs? They get all rambunctious when I get on my live show all the time, and I think they want to go out. Can you take them out and then put them in the kennel? Sorry, y'all. Anyway, so I got a call from my daughter asking could I come and let her dogs out. And thank you, Tamara. I don't know about an angel. I just care about people, I guess, and kids especially. And I told her, yeah, I would come and let the dogs out. And we're doing some laundry here while we're here. So I thought I'd do a live show while I'm at her house. My husband's going to let the dogs outside, and then we will put them in the kennels because I will not be able to do a live show if they're out. They like full attention. And if you don't give them full attention, they will jump on you and just keep bugging you till you pay attention. It's hard because they're in the kennels all day long. And then when somebody lets them out, they just go nuts because they absolutely love to be out. But then they get underfoot and they jump on you and distract you. And you can't do anything other than pay attention to them. So I don't plan on doing that all night because I'm not staying here all night. I just came to let the dogs out to go potty and do some laundry and then maybe take a shower and then go home. So yeah, that's my plan for this situation. Maybe take a shower. I don't know. I might wait and take my shower at my ex-husband's. We'll see. Yeah, you can't get on the internet because they jump all over you, They want to be the center of attention. So, yeah. Oh, okay, Tamara, yeah. Yes, these children don't have autism. A lot of them have been abused in various ways. Some of them are ADD, ODD, other DDs, and not me, DD, although DD takes care of them, except I'm Miss C at work. But yeah, they have different challenges that we have to deal with, and it makes it kind of hard. It's kind of tricky at times. They do push the envelope a bit and try to challenge. I have a few things I want to talk about tonight. Actually, there's a lady named Julie that had messaged me. I'm trying to think now what I was going to talk about regarding her. I think it was the thyroid thing. She was asking something about how I treat my Hashimoto's or whatever. I'm on Synthroid, like I said, and it seems to be doing fine for me. So I'm not worried about it. My thyroid levels have been normal because of the Synthroid, and no complaints there. I just saw the doctor yesterday, got a clean bill of health, so that was good. And I had to, I hope nobody's eating, but instead of doing a colonoscopy, they'll do this stool sample kit thing where you send your stool in and get it analyzed. So it was time for me to do that too. And he said, I still say though, best bet is your colonoscopy though. So eventually I'll have to go in and have one of those done, and I'm really not looking too forward to that. But I do have to take care of myself. So that will be definitely something on the agenda. If anybody's ever had a colonoscopy, do fill me in and let me know what to expect, because I would like to know. I really don't know much about it, other than it's mildly invasive and not something I had looked forward to having done to me. But I know that it will prevent cancer. If you have cancerous polyps, they can get them out that way.
They ran off.
You've had one? What?
They ran off.
They did?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Great. They'll be back, I guess. Maybe. The dogs ran off again. So everybody just pray that they come back. We're tired of dealing with these dogs. Seriously, they don't listen. They're not our dogs. They really need to be on a leash, but she doesn't have a leash for them. So that gets kind of frustrating on our end, because doggies run off and then we feel bad because we can't find them, and they always come back, but still, when you're watching somebody else's dogs, it's not fun when they run off on you. All right, anyway, I'm sidetracking here. You have to drink a laxative. Yeah, no, I know that. They clean you out. I know all about that. I mean the actual procedure. I know about the prep. Everybody knows about the prep for colonoscopies. How bad is the actual procedure? I was told the prep is the worst part. That the procedure is a piece of cake. It's over with before you know it. You don't feel anything. You don't know anything. And I'm good with that. I don't want to feel or know anything about it. Oh, cool. I would love to hear it, Mary, or anybody else that wants to share. I've seen them done. Both of my daughters had them done, and I watched them on the camera out in the waiting room, or whatever room it is that they do it in. It's like taking a nap. Oh, okay. I like naps. I might like that part of it. It's not painful. Good. Good, because I don't like pain. I don't think anybody does, but unless they're into weird stuff, which I'm not. So that was the one thing I wanted to talk about, was the thyroid thing. So I don't know what to tell you, if it was Julie or whatever your name was. It's just, you got to regulate it, and it takes time. And you asked how long till I started feeling better. It was a while. It was many months. I do remember that. It took a long time to start feeling better after they started giving me the Synthroid. Well, first of all, they gave me the wrong thing. They gave me Levoxil or something, or Levoxil. I can't remember what it's called. And it did not help at all. So, oh, thanks, Tamara. That makes me feel better. My email address, Delusion Despeller. So it's DelusionDispeller@gmail.com. Somebody can feel free to type that in. I'm cutting tomatoes. And you can send me your colonoscopy story. I would appreciate that. So yeah, about the thyroid, it just takes time. It takes a while. Give it some time. I'm sorry that you're going through that, because I remember what that felt like. Just feeling like it was never going to do any better, and I was just tired all the time, and yeah. Trying to shut some of these darn pop-ups. Myra Piper says she was just sharing a moment with her baby. That was in response to the Shanann tickling the feet of Cece video that I commented on. No, she was sharing a moment with Shanann, not with her baby. So you can think what you want, but that play should have stopped when the laughter turned to desperation and that child tried to get away from her. That's how I feel about it, and I'm not changing my opinion. I've watched the video many times, and every time I feel the same way about it. She ignored the baby's cues that the baby was done playing, and she kept on tickling her to the point where the child was desperate to get away, and she still kept on. So, and it makes me angry. So if you hear anger in my voice, Myra, I am. It makes me angry when people assert their will over a helpless child and ignore that child's body signs and boundaries. So think what you want. You're free to think what you want, of course, but I'm not agreeing with you on it at all. It's not happening. I think Shanann Watts and I would have butted heads a lot with the way she was doing things. We would have probably fought a lot verbally. She did not respect the boundaries of her children at all. Katie said it right out. Shanann was abusive. Oh, really? The Chris Watts hearing is moved to November 6th? Thank God. Maybe we'll get some rest on the whole thing then. Some answers. Hi, critters. Yeah, definitely, Tamara. And I can get along with most people, but if I saw somebody doing that to their kid, I would have to say something. And I did say something when it was the narcissist in my life doing it to her kid, not that, but letting her child cry and then sitting there and telling me, oh, I couldn't go over and comfort her because then she would stop telling me what she was sharing and I wouldn't be able to know what went on. That's a bunch of baloney. To this day, I think that narcissistic lady was nuts, the way she treated her kids. I'm not talking about Shanann, I'm talking about somebody else in my life. Wrestling the kids didn't want to stop. Right. Exactly. And it's up to the parent to help set those boundaries by learning the baby's cues and the children's cues. So I don't know if we blame Shanann's mom, because maybe Shanann was raised the same way and her mother did not respect her boundaries. I don't know. I just know it was awful sitting there watching that thing. Aw, thanks, Danielle. I appreciate that. Thank you. Another thing, one of the hater people or mean people or whatever we want to refer to them as anymore, had said, what does your pastor think about how you're talking about Shanann? What does your pastor think of you making YouTube videos? Well, I got to sit down with my pastor at Taco Bell today and have a little chat with him about that. Now, mind you, this is a brand new church we just started going to, so this guy really doesn't know me much. He's not real familiar with what I do, so I kind of filled him in, told him about my live shows, told him about my videos, how I got started talking about narcissism originally, and what his attitude was, and what he basically told me to feel free to come back and talk to whoever addressed that, how does your pastor think about it? He said to basically tell you everybody has their own interests, and he doesn't fault me for mine. He doesn't get into politics. So he therefore would not get into the whole Shanann Chris thing, because that's kind of a form of politics in a way. I mean, I know he was not just talking about politics like the president and, people like that. Just politics in general, this debate stuff and, who done it and all that jazz. He doesn't deal with all that stuff. He wants nothing to do with it, basically. He's a pastor, he preaches, that's what he does. But as for me, he's fine with me making my videos about anything I want. He's fine with me mentioning the church. He's fine with me saying that I go to his church. So anybody that wants to naysay against me and say, well, your pastor wouldn't approve. Yes, he does. And he knows that I don't agree with the way that woman was abusing her children, because we had a long talk about child abuse and the fact that I work with children that were abused. So that's all. There's your answer. How does he think of it? He's fine with it. Next. That's all I can say about that one. Now I am going to go back to cutting my onion and tomatoes for my salad. We are having burgers and salad tonight. I don't know if we're having vegetables too. I'm not sure. But we're definitely having burgers and salad. Thank you, Liliana. I appreciate that. Liliana, however you say it. And pretty much all of the naysayers that might watch this video, if you notice, people that are commenting after you comment are telling me to ignore you. Ignore the nasty comments, ignore the haters, ignore the people that speak against you. So I'm pretty much doing my best to try to do just that. Just ignore you and let you spout off and talk about whatever you want to say about me. Stating the obvious that I'm fat. I already know I am, so tell me something I don't know. I know that. I don't know what your point is. See, one thing I loved that my pastor said tonight was he'll always give you the why behind things. Thanks, critters. He says, anytime I tell you something, I'm not going to just do it or say it. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying it, which I love because from the time I was a little girl, hey, Cynthia. From the time I was a little girl, I always wanted to know why, Mommy, why? I wouldn't just take whatever anybody said verbatim. I always wanted to know the why behind it, the reason behind it and stuff. So the pastor was saying that he would always tell us the why. He said, even if you disagree with me and you say, look, I really don't like the way you do this or whatever, I will always tell you why I'm doing it that way. You may not agree with me. I'm not going to necessarily change what I'm doing, but I'll tell you the reason behind it. And I thought that was awesome because that just was like, that appealed to the little girl in me who always wants to know why. So that really made me happy and encouraged me that I'm in the right place at this point. Because he cares enough to explain things to you and not just say, well, if you're here, you're going to do it this way or that way or whatever. So he'll always tell you why, which is cool. So yeah. Anybody? They'll come back if they want. I don't know what to tell you. They did that to me last time. I let them out. That's why she said to put what's his name on the harness. But I'm not going to put him on a harness without a leash. That makes no sense. And she has no leash for the dog. So it kind of puts us in a bind. But there's nothing we can do about it. Just, Lord, let the dog come back like the last time. They usually go running, they wear themselves out and come back. So let's hope that's what happens, I guess. Bless you. Allergy meds, Purse. We're both highly allergic to these two dogs too. Remember that. That's why I always hesitate to come here and take care of them. But if I got allergy meds, I should be okay. Getting my husband one. I need to take one too. I don't want to be miserable all night. Thank you. Yep. Exactly, critters, and that's how it should be. They should be thrilled if you ask why. In fact, my pastor said that. He said, I would rather have you ask that than just follow along blindly, because that's where you get into trouble. Honey, have you read the backs of these before you took one? This is not loratadine. This is famotidine.
What's the difference?
Well, loratadine is the actual allergy med. Famotidine is an anti-inflammatory. These are the ones you want. You can take both, but did you take the famotidine? It's not going to hurt you. Famotidine is kind of like an antacid, like if you have an upset stomach. And with all the garbage you're going to be eating by the time you leave here, you might want one. Here you go. That's the one that's going to get rid of allergy. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I had to give him the right medicine. Anyhow, so that's that. Those were the two main topics I wanted to talk to you about tonight. I have been in touch with Naisha. We are really trying hard to connect and get this thing underway with the live show collaboration. It doesn't seem to be coming together anytime soon, unfortunately. She, first of all, was not able to receive my emails and wasn't getting my emails. So I wrote her some more emails, and I don't know right now if she still has gotten them. Then she needs to download the Zoom program, and then we need to send everybody out a code so you know where to meet us to see the collab. So I apologize that things are not coming together the way we would like them to. We're still working on it, though. I just got to get in touch with Naisha, and maybe she's off on Saturday, which is tomorrow. So possibly we'll be able to connect and get this thing figured out. I hope. I pray. It's in the plan. So hopefully we'll get it underway here pretty quickly and be able to do this collab with you guys. I'm an Illinois person here. I'm originally a New Yorker, but I live in Illinois. Oh, that water's good. Yum. Okay. Burger. We're doing. You want anything on your burger?
No, I don't think so.
All right. It's just a little one.
Maybe they'll make ketchup if they have it.
Yeah, I think they do. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Yeah, they have ketchup. Hang on, y'all. I'll be right back. We're kind of eating dinner in between the live show thing here. Oh, damn it, folks. Glad I took that. It's already crazy. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, anyhow. I'm gonna keep on eating and talking here, like I do. Ooh, pumpkin bread. That sounds yummy. That sounds very yummy. I am eating this burger that does not look like it's cooked very well. Let me throw this in the microwave. That does not look cooked, does it? That's pink and raw. Yuck. Is your burger cooked okay? All right, yours is smaller than mine, so it probably did cook okay, but mine did not. Mine is very raw.
I don't know. Come and look at it. Or turn the light on.
All right, hold on. Yeah, mine is almost ready. Yours is cooked. All right, so his burger's cooked. Mine was not. Yeah, it looks pinkish, and I don't like them raw like that. Ugh. Why does the dog get needy and almost sit on your head? I don't know. Dogs are weird, and so are cats. They do weird stuff. My cats come and sit on my head. When I'm laying down, they have to lay like right on my forehead. I'll be right back. I'm checking to see if those dogs came back yet. Doodoo! Hey! Hello. We're what? Yeah, your dog's got away again. 10501. Oh, jeez. All right. We need to get a leash for these dogs if you're going to have us come and take care of them. All right. One for each of them? Okay. Bye. Guess what, everybody? I have to take a car trip. So do y'all want to just chat while I run down the street and get the dogs? Are you okay with that? Or do you want me to close down and reopen or what? How do we want to do this? Because I got to drive down the street in the darn car. 10501 is the address. Good Lord. What do you want to do? Should I close down, reopen? Should I leave you open so you can just chat? Let me know now. Need to know. I don't want to keep you hanging if you don't want to hang here. We got to drive down the street and get them at the address that Carol just gave me. Apparently the lady must have called her or something. This is really how I wanted to spend my Friday night, not. Good
Did she
God.
say where the leashes are?
No, she's buying some this weekend.
Oh.
All right. I'll be back, y'all. Let me find something for you to stare at instead of the kitchen stuff. I don't know. Unfortunately, they're going to make this live video and there's going to be nobody on it. I will be back pretty quickly. Just a little tiny bit ridiculous. They're in a fenced-in yard, that's why they're not finding them. All right.
And
Ornery
go.
dang dogs. And we're back. Dogs in tow. Dogs going in the kennel. All right. All right, guys. There you go. Nighty night for the night. All right, one down. And here you go, buddy. In the kennel. Get in all the way. There you go. Good. That is one of the burdens, I guess, of keeping dogs in a kennel, because when you do let them out, they go nuts and run all over the neighborhood. Oh my gosh. Okay, sounds like you've been having a good, or looks like you've been having a good conversation while we've been gone. Thanks for your patience. I am back, but carry on talking, and I'm going to eat my dinner while you talk. And I'm going to look at your screen of what you're saying as well. I know all about bipolar. Pretty sure a couple of the children that I deal with during the day are bipolar. Like intensely bipolar. Definitely sure some of them have oppositional defiant disorder. No doubt about that. All right. The only other time I will have to leave the screen is when I have to go down and get my laundry out of the machine and transfer to the other one. So. Yeah, bipolar is a rough thing to deal with. Hi, Veggie. Sorry, I'm stuffing my face as usual. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the manic side can be very violent. Unmedicated extreme bipolars are very scary people sometimes. Mm-hmm. I bet. Sorry you have to deal with that. Bipolar people can be very paranoid too. Like they will blow up your phone like none other. Mm-hmm. Yep. Although we don't know if Shanann Watts was bipolar because we don't know her medical record, but I don't know, most of the people I talk to that have examined the whole Shanann Watts video thing think she's borderline. No. Mm-mm. I'm sure the Thrive patch did not help. Regardless, it seems like it's very full of stimulants. Good point. Bipolars do spend a lot of money, some of them, like extreme bipolars do. They're also not very faithful, though, in relationships, a lot of them. We're talking about really, really, really bipolar people. So I'd be surprised about a bipolar being married and being faithful to their husband or wife. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my stepdad was bipolar along with OCD, OCPD, and other things. He also was a hoarder, big time hoarder. That's not uncommon. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what my stepdad did, Tamara. He would buy like from the Home Shopping Network, and he would just stack things up like in boxes and stuff. Like you'd see about 50 bracelets, like plastic bracelets that like are worthless or whatever, all stacked up in a corner, still in the same, original boxes, tags on them. I know exactly what you're saying. The reason I know this is I saw it when we went to move out his stuff from his house when he died. I was like, what is this? They're like, oh, that's screwdriver set. I'm like, but there's like 2,500 screwdriver sets. Yep, that's what Dad did. He would go on the Home Shopping Network and he would buy a whole mess of the same thing and just stack it in piles. And when we would try to move it out, he would say, no, I'm going to use that sometime. Yeah, I know it well. Grew up like that. Although I didn't see that part of his disorder until after he passed away because my mom kept it very well hidden from us. I just thought my dad was messy. The way he would stack up stuff all over our house and whatever. Then Mom made him keep everything confined in a room and wouldn't let us go back there. But there's only so long you can keep stuff hidden. Yeah, I don't know. That whole story's weird. That whole situation's weird. None of it makes sense to me. I almost wish Shanann was alive still so she could be one on trial. Oh, I'm going to get flamed on that one, I'm sure. And I don't care. I would like to know about her personally, why she acted the way she did. Not to take any of the attention off of Chris, because he's daffy too. Hi, Nicole. Thank you. I'm fine. Tired, but fine. Not exhausted like I was yesterday, that's for sure. But tired. My job is very tiring and stressful. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying, awoke into what? I said I would like to know what she was raised like, how was her mother towards her? Usually the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Mm-hmm. Fantasy world. For real. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Sandy. And when people come on and they start saying, well, you're a Shanann basher and whatever, or anybody that looks at what's in there, babe? Those cupcake things she made.
What?
Yeah. Anybody that looks at how she acted on those videos, there's my hubby. What are you doing?
Giving you funny news?
Why?
Because you're funny? What else can I?
Anyone that looks at those videos and can sit there and say, oh, you're a Shanann basher, and all she was doing was having fun with her kids, then it makes me wonder what their household is like, seriously. Because what I saw was not fun with kids. That was not at all my interpretation. And I don't think it's most people's interpretation. My husband thinks Chris just snapped from living with a wife like her. I can honestly say I did see some sort of connection in some videos with him and the girls. But since I really don't know much about him as a person, that could have all been an act. It could maybe have not been genuine. I don't know. It's going to be definitely interesting when it all comes out, if it does, to find out who did what, who was like what, and what really went on in that scenario. And now, since somebody said that they're moving up the date to the 6th, that makes me extremely happy. I get it, Tamara, and I agree with you. Why murder? Just leave. But we also, as much as people are telling me, well, you're only seeing what they're showing you on a camera. Exactly. So what the heck was going on when the camera was off? That's what I wonder about. All these people that are Shanann backers and, oh, she couldn't possibly have done this or whatever, or she was just having fun with her kids, that come on to me and say, you can't judge her just looking at a camera, just looking at films and videos she made. Then I won't judge her doing that. But what was going on when she wasn't filming if she was doing all that stuff while she was? Makes you wonder. Because I would feel bad to put stuff like that on a camera of me, you know, basically ignoring my child's cries or the change in the laughter and the wanting to get away. I wouldn't want that on film. If somebody came to me and said, lady, something's wrong. That baby clearly was done playing that game, but you kept on forcing her and squirting your daughter in the mouth. What were you thinking? Or letting your kids bang their head and not stopping filming. Just let them bang their head and, oh, are you okay? Oh gosh, you banged your head. I mean, somebody had to have seen that and said something. Or are we just now seeing this for the first time? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, did this just come out, or were these videos actually on her Facebook or something? Were people seeing these videos and just not saying anything to her? Were they laughing along with them? I don't know. Makes you wonder. Makes you really wonder. Some people just, such disturbing things go on in their lives, you know? Just crazy. And you know, no, I'm not going to stop talking about it or conjecturing on things, because I work with kids every day that are the result of this kind of stuff. Many of them. I work with, and through the years, I've talked to adults that were abused, neglected, and treated in these ways. So I'm going to speak out about it. I'm going to give my viewpoint on it. And anybody can say what they want about me. And you know what? If the hater people or the mean people or whatever come on and say I'm fat, who cares? Whether I'm a fat person telling you this, or a thin person telling you this, or an ugly or a pretty model telling you this. The fact is, what I saw on those videotapes, whether I look like Kermit the Frog or Bo Derek, what I saw was abusive to me, from my perception and many people's perceptions, and neglectful, and provoking, and other things. It just wasn't natural. The whole situation was just off. Anyway, you toss it. Anyway. Anywho. put this stuff back away so she can find it when she needs it. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys downstairs with me. We're gonna go move the laundry from washer to dryer and throw some into the washer. I think the doggies had a good run. They're pretty settled down for the night, which is good. Oh man. Okay, we are down in the laundry room area of the basement. Hopefully there's no snakes showing their ugly heads. Sometimes my daughter said snakes come up from the drain pipe. I don't want to meet any here anytime soon. All right. We are in the basement area. Great. Now I have to take their laundry out of the dryer because she didn't bother. She's got a nice little pop-up mesh thing here for her laundry though. I like it. I think I might get me one of these suckers. Pretty cool. Get all this stuff into the basket. I'm definitely going to get one of these. These are nicer than baskets. I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. Maybe y'all have these where you are. Look at this thing. It's the coolest thing I've seen. It's a mesh laundry basket. Pretty cool. Yep, I got to get me one of those. All right. I'm reading some comments here. Yep, you're all making some good points, for sure. Yeah, a lot of people think it was just all for show. I don't know. I didn't like it, whatever it was, and if that was for show, what a sad show it was. That's all I can say. It's not a very pleasant thing to watch somebody's kids scream while they eat in front of them, ignore them hanging off of a bathroom sink. You know, it's not. How that was going to sell any Thrive products, I don't know. I'd have been more hung up on seeing the kids suffering than I would about listening to her talk about the wonderful things that the products do from Lavelle. That's just me, though. Well, MLMs are brainwashing, though. That's MLM for you. It's all brainwashing. That's what they do. They convince you you need these products. They do it through guilt trips. They do it through keeping up with the Joneses. They do it through making you feel like you have to have this, or you know, you're nobody, or you're just not going to have the best health or whatever. They'll do anything to sell a product. That's manipulation of sales. I know it well. Oops. Okay. Yeah, but awoken to what? Whether they were meant to be on her page or not, they were still disturbing. I don't care whether you abuse your kids or neglect your kids on YouTube or Facebook, it's still disturbing. It's all disturbing to me. And wrong. Very wrong. It doesn't matter where it was. The fact was that it was. That it existed at all, that it was being done at all. Ugh. I don't know why they moved to Colorado, and I guess they moved in a really weird way, like they just left everything behind and up and went, which everybody seemed to think was kind of odd. They didn't take anything with them, just like the very bare non-essentials. They must have figured they were gonna make it pretty big in Colorado, I guess. I don't know, my cousin lived in Colorado. She didn't seem to think it was that thriving of an area. No pun intended with the thriving thing. Yeah, I think it was an escape too, but didn't they move there because they were having problems with the in-laws or something, with Chris's parents or family or whatever? Because weren't they back where they used to be, where they used to live? I thought that was what I read or something somewhere. Isn't that why they moved? To get away from the in-laws? Oh, the job. Yeah, that's true. I wish Dieter could talk too. You ain't kidding. That would be good. We could get some information from Dieter. Dieter dog there. Who knows what that poor dog had to see. All right, I got the clothes in the washer and some in the dryer, so up we go again. Up the stairs. Yeah, exactly, critters. No, puppy dogs, you're in for the night. I am not letting you out again. Not happening. I'm not going on any runs. You may as well settle down. Mommy will take you out when she gets home tonight. As for me, no. Not dealing with that anymore. Oh, I left the water on. I'm still waiting to find out if Chris killed anybody, to be honest. Yes, I know he confessed it. That doesn't mean a hill of beans to me. People confess stuff all the time. But I need to know the how, the where, the why. I need to know all of it before I say for sure what I think about anything. Well, yeah, obviously, I think we can agree on the whole pregnancy thing being too much, because his reaction to it was just like, well, I guess when you wanted to, it happens. Wow. I mean, when he looked at that pregnancy test and went, wow, he like gritted his teeth like this at the end. He was not happy. And anybody that thinks that was a smile at the end has got to get their eyes examined a little bit. Watch his interview again. Why do we want to watch the interview again? Awoke into what? What did we miss in the interview, do you think, Awoke? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say he did or didn't. I don't know. I'm not going to say she did or didn't. I don't know that either. I'm just waiting to hear the evidence. Waiting to see what they found fingerprint-wise. What they discovered, who was there and who did what. His new interview? What new interview? Did I miss one? Was there like a recent interview? Because I watched 3 of his interviews, I think. Yeah, I don't know why they don't want the autopsy report out. Yeah, if that is the truth about the fetus having a problem with the heartbeat, I'm going to point that to the Thrive products, maybe. Just saying. I was thinking of this today. What do you all think of this? I was driving to work and this just suddenly popped in my head. The part of the video where he holds up the pregnancy test and says, pink, that means girls, right? Number 1, has he not ever seen a pregnancy test before? Number 2, is he really that daft to think that a line on a pregnancy test that means positive, because the line is pink, which on every other pregnancy test is different colors, that means a girl? Was he joking? He didn't act like he was joking. He acted like he was really dead serious. Like he thought that the line meant she was going to have another girl. He didn't laugh when he said it. I don't know. That just struck me as weird. I mean, he strikes me as weird. They both struck me as weird. But that just hit me when I was driving to work. I'm like, was he really that dumb? Hi, Marty. Did he really not know? Or was he just being stupid? Just, well, I'm sure it freaked him out for a minute. I mean, that pretty much was obvious, but to make a statement like that, and then like, I like that shirt. What a dork. What an utter dork. I'm sorry, but I like that shirt. That's what you say when, I don't know. That whole thing struck me as very odd. Now, keep in mind, when I watched that one video, that was the only video I had ever seen of the 2 of them. My daughter sent it to me on Facebook. I thought it was another one of those pregnancy announcement videos. I was expecting a whole bunch of teary-eyed hugs and kisses and whatever. There was nothing. It was just dorky him walking like he had a load in his pants and acting stupid through the whole thing. And her saying, it's just a test. It's just a test. Like, you dimwit. Do you honestly think a pink line on a test means a girl? I don't get it. The more I watch any of that, him or her, I think it was all crazy. Seriously. What about my hubbies? Close, reopen. Huh? Was my hubby back there or something? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, he walked like, who walks like that? He just was a moron. Seriously. So when I think about the fact that he was acting like a moron, it's very possible that he did kill them. If he was really that dumb and that dense, or maybe he wasn't dumb and dense, maybe he had Asperger's syndrome, then he's not dumb and dense, he's disordered. Or has a disorder, however you want to look at it, depending. If you look at it that way, then all of this makes sense in a way. Right. She didn't know what she was having, Katie, at that point. Yes, I know, Ada. We all know that. That's for sure. But she didn't know she was pregnant with a boy at that point. She just found out she was pregnant, apparently. Yeah, good point, Veggie. If that's the case. Most people think he had a personality disorder who woke. It just made no sense. I don't mean to insult anybody, because if he's an innocent man, then shame on me for just insulting him. If he's not innocent, then it is what it is. Yes. Yeah, I know, Jules, right? I'm mean to him. No, I'm not mean to him. If people knew the stuff that I've been through in the past 4 years with the lack of intimacy and things, I'm not mean to him at all. Not at all. I'm not a mean person. I get frustrated sometimes, yes, but I'm not mean. In fact, Pastor talked to us about that today, about not neglecting each other for the internet or anything else, to make sure that, we're spending time with each other and putting each other first. That's not my detector. I'm not in my house, Lori. That's my daughter's. I'm in my daughter's house. This is not my house. And I know every time somebody hears that beep, 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 they say that her batteries need to be checked on her detector. And I'm sure they do. Yeah, Tamara, I agree. I would kind of think the same thing. Well, I kind of have my life on video all the time, so I can't really throw stones on that. Part of my life, anyway. Jules, in this chat, people aren't thinking Shanann was mean because Chris got her wine or did laundry. We're thinking Shanann was mean because she was. She was mean. She was neglectful, if not mean. I would say mean. Squirting your daughter in the mouth with a squirt bottle and then telling her father not to save her and not let her go in the house because she's done playing and doesn't want to be squirted is mean. There is no other way to describe that. That's mean. So Jules have thought, there's nothing wrong with husbands helping out. Not at all. I'm not going to stop blaming Shanann for being neglectful to her children, violating their boundaries, and treating who we thought was a good husband like garbage. Nope, not going to happen in this live show. Not going to stop blaming her for that. And if you have an issue with that, you're probably in the wrong video. You're in the wrong live place. Because most of us in here see a lot of fault in Shanann. Pretty much speak for a lot of us. Not saying Chris did not have his faults either. He did. They both did. But you don't see Chris on video squirting the daughters in the face with a squirt bottle. You don't see Chris tickling his daughter and then not stopping when she wanted to get away. You don't see that from Chris. So we can't judge him on that until we see some videos that prove otherwise. We are pointing out what we see of Shanann because those are the videos that are out there. Right, pumpkin ore, exactly. Stimming, Tamara. Isn't it S-T-I-M-M-I-N-G, stimming? I thought he was a good husband. Not necessarily. I don't know otherwise because I haven't seen any videos that have shown otherwise, is what I'm saying. I wasn't married to the man. I can't say what kind of husband he was. If he killed her, obviously he didn't turn out to be a good husband. I'm talking about while they were still alive, while they were on these videos, I did not see any evidence of him being a bad husband. He appeared in every one of her videos. He tried to get in there and say stuff. He tried to be part of it, and she constantly upstaged him. Constantly. Stood in front of him, put the box in front of his face. Do you ever see me doing that to my husband on video? Ever? No. Well, and you could have a point, Jules. I'm not throwing that out that, you know, there isn't more to it. I'm just telling you based on the videos I've seen. I'm only giving an opinion on what I've seen. I'm not surmising what was really going on because I don't know. None of us do. But on those videos, you did not see him acting, you know, untoward towards those children or to her. There was just too much not in her favor on those videos. That's all I can say. And again, before anybody starts, well, you're a Shanann basher and you think she deserved to die. I never said that. Do not put those words in my mouth. I don't believe she deserved to die. I wish she was alive today so that we could talk to her and say, oh, Shanann, we need to talk to you about some things. We got some concerns about what we're seeing on video with your children. So, no. I know inevitably I will get hateful comments, and I'm to the point where whatever. I talked to my pastor today about handling people that are manic and have other issues going on that call me up and talk at me. He said to set a time limit and tell them they can call, but I've got to be off the phone within a half an hour or 15 minutes or whatever I can handle, and not to let them just waste a whole hour of my time talking at me. So that came from my pastor, whoever that was that wanted to call me and manically talk my ear off because you have some kind of issues that you can't seem to get control of. It's not my job to be your venting post, whatever, unless that's what you're calling for. And in that case, I will say I will set 15 to 30 minutes and you can vent all you want and I won't say a word and then we can hang up and be done with it, but it's not going to give you any help. So I agree with my pastor on that. True, Jules. We do not make our spouses cheat. I agree. Nobody makes you do anything really in life. You do it of your own accord. But you're right about that. About to wash a few dishes here. Maybe not all of them. Some of them. It'll just kind of help my daughter out a little bit. Not, she really deserves it for putting me in this pickle tonight, but oh well. I guess it wasn't her fault. She thought she'd have time to get home to the dog. She didn't. So tag we're it because we're the closest one to where she lives. It isn't super close, but so I'm just gonna be glad to get home tonight. I'm tired. I'm gonna be back in my house with my stuff, my kitty cat, my domain, my familiar place. What you doing, honey?
That was really good.
What?
Subway orange. I wonder how mad they'd be if I
I don't know what you're right around. You don't really need to be drinking. You said it was bothering you the other day. It was making you kind of ditzy. What? It was making you ditzy, remember? I don't mind soft water, but it's really hard to do dishes with soft water. Nothing comes clean. That's true. Awoke into what? Yeah, that is horrible, Pumpkin. I didn't know about that one. Making her sing a song that she didn't want to. We're trying to collaborate, but no, Critters, we're still going to collaborate. We aren't going to collaborate on this case necessarily. I mean, if it comes up, she might want to talk about it. We're going to collaborate and talk about our own past narcissistic relationships. That's what we're planning on collaborating on. But I'm sure, you know, if anybody wants to talk about the Watts thing, I'm sure we'll give our views on it if it comes up. And I'll respect her view and she'll probably respect mine. And I'm fine if she opposes my view. She's probably fine if I oppose hers. Fact is, nobody knows. A dude he tapped to play with them. I'm not sure what that means, Ada. Yeah, autocorrect is irritating, I know. Jules, I was talking about before we knew any of that. That's what people need to separate things in their mind. The videos I saw were when all were alive before I knew anything about any of the murder, no matter who committed it. Okay, so my comment about Chris looked like a decent father, like he was trying to connect with the kids, was in the videos while he was still alive, not after the fact. Now, I don't know if Chris was the one that killed them. Who says the girlfriend didn't kill them? And he just wasn't there. Now, that doesn't make him any better because he still knew about it if that was the case. Who says he acted alone? We don't know all the details. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. People are just assuming stuff. But Aida, or whoever that was just talking, maybe not Aida, Jules, what I'm trying to hopefully put across here is that I'm commenting about videos before the murder, the ones that popped up after that, but everybody was still alive in those videos. That's what I'm commenting on. I'm not commenting on who did what or why they did it or if they did it. I was commenting on the fact that what I saw in the videos of Shanann looked like, as far as I'm concerned, was abusive towards her children and her husband. Simple. That's all. It had nothing to do with the murder. It had nothing to do with Chris was a killer, because we don't know that yet. I mean, don't tell me that he confessed, because I don't want to go down that rabbit trail again. just had to do with the fact that there was a woman on there doing things with her children that were not healthy and balanced and kind. That's all. And all the videos I saw him in, other than the ones where he's being repetitive and obnoxious, he was doing stuff with the kids. He was down on the floor reading to his children or child. He was playing with them. They were jumping on his lap, but he was not connecting with them. He was just basically doing what was expected of him, as far as I was concerned. But nonetheless, he wasn't neglecting them. He wasn't pushing them past their boundaries and comfortability level like she was. Just how it is. What? They will punch a doctor in the face to stop them from touching the dead baby. Am I missing something somewhere? Because I'm totally confused. How anything I said had anything to do with that? I don't know. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. Whatever. Hyper protected. Oh, because of the drum thing. The oil drum. That's what you're saying. Okay, but again, I feel like a broken record. You are assuming, I'm guessing, Jules, because Chris confessed to the murder and showed them where the bodies were, that he was the one that murdered them. However, we don't know that for a fact. We really don't. They haven't told us his fingerprints were on the bodies, or on the bag, or on the site, or at the site. We are assuming that, or some people are. I get what you're saying. I understand. I've heard all these arguments before, and I'm going to say what I always say. I am not judging or deciding either way until I hear the evidence. That's how it is. There's so many ways this story can turn out. There's so many variables to it. There's so many. Well, that makes sense because if she did this, then that explains why he did that. Or if he did this, that explains why she did that. And we could go on and on forever. The fact is, we don't know until we know. Again, I have not been steadfast thinking one way or the other for the longest time on this case. And I'm still not comfortable saying for sure what I think about it. Because I don't think anything for sure yet. There's just too much up in the air. There's too many ends left untied, so to speak. Too many. The fact is, some people are saying, well, we don't even really know if strangulation was how they died because we don't know the autopsy. So what if it wasn't that they were strangled? Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Exactly. But Jules, you made some important points. I get you. I got you. And I didn't say Chris didn't kill them. I said I don't know. And I still don't. I'm just being open-ended about it because I don't have all the facts. I don't have autopsy reports. I don't have evidence. I don't have, like, charges, not charges, but convictions of anybody. It hasn't been convicted. It's the U.S. You're innocent until proven guilty. No matter what you say, no matter what you confess to. And proof in the pudding of that is, yes, he confessed to the murders. Yes, he confessed he put them in oil. They found them in the oil, apparently. They found her in the shallow grave. Okay, so we have all those facts. So he said he did it. He pointed them to it. He took them to it, apparently. However, if that was a done deal, they would have slapped the cuffs on him, hauled him off to prison, given him his sentence right then and there, and be done with it. But apparently there must be something they're still questioning, or they wouldn't be leaving everything hanging and wide open. Plus, they believe in the United States that we are innocent until proven guilty. So there's still something to prove. What are they trying to prove is what the question is. If it's a done deal and Chris killed all these people, his wife, his unborn child, his 2 daughters, then there would be no reason to continue the case. If it wasn't in the US, they probably would have shot him on the spot and been done with it, if they could prove that that was what happened. However, we live in the US. It's all up in the air right now. Yes, his confession doesn't convict him, though. We don't know why. That's the point. I think that's why it's open right now, and they haven't said anything more, because they don't know why. Right. Why have a trial if it's a done deal? Exactly, Natalie. Exactly. It's not a done deal. That's why. There's more we don't know about it. There's more yet to come out. There's more we may have our minds blown with when it does start coming out. It may surprise all of us, including me. I'm imagining it will. Or maybe it's a lot more complicated to us than it actually is. I don't know. There's so many cases out there. If you don't agree with me that there could be stuff that we don't know yet, go and watch some trials of like Jodi Arias and the Yates family and the Turpin family and all the stuff that's still coming out about the Turpin family. There's always more stuff that comes out that makes you sit there and go, wow, I just would have never known that. I would have never thought that. I never would have suspected that. I mean, how many people live for years on a street with somebody that is a serial killer and they don't even know it? There's so much that we don't know about stuff. Good, awoken to what? I hope so. I think that's all something we can agree on, is we just really want to know what this trial is going to yield. That's what we're all waiting for. And we're all frustrated by it. Whether we believe she was perfectly innocent and he was just a narcissistic psychopath that killed everybody, or whether we believe she provoked him to the point where he snapped and killed everybody, or if we believe there was somebody else that killed them and he just knew where it was because he was with them or took them to the site. Who knows? Maybe somebody was in that truck when he hauled those bodies off and they were laying on the floor. Maybe it was his new, lady lust buddy. I don't know. We haven't heard any of that yet. We haven't heard fingerprints. We haven't heard evidence. We haven't even heard the way they died. I don't think. Have we heard that? Have we heard for sure that there was strangulation of all of them? Or if there was anything else going on, did we hear that? I don't think I've heard that. Yeah, it's all about the evidence. It's always about the evidence. I know, Tamara, I totally agree with you. I didn't think his videos were any easier to watch than hers were. I thought it was all twisted and messed up, the whole thing. Just sickening. Like I said, I would really like to know how she was raised and how he was raised, both of them. Find out more about their background. You could be right, Natalie. Right, he didn't, Pumpkin. Exactly. He did confess to killing Shanann. And I have no trouble believing that he did that. I'm not saying it justifies that he did it. I'm just saying I have no trouble believing he did that. I don't think he divorced. If he did kill her, the reason he did not divorce her was he probably didn't want to have to pay her the rest of his life. He obviously did not like her. That was clear. To me, anyway. I don't think he liked being pushed out of the way very much. And if he was a narcissist or a psychopath, he definitely didn't like that because they like the center of attention. Yeah, Hockey Mom. I think we can agree on that. I think we can agree on that he was not a normal-minded person. I don't think. It's just kind of weird to me, y'all, because I look at some of the earlier pictures of them, and his eyes always creeped me out in all the pictures. But there was definitely a harder look in his eyes right before all of this stuff went down with the alleged, killings and whatever on his end. I just think it was just a really unhappy, miserable situation. I think a lot more happened not on camera that we don't know about that would probably explain and answer a lot of things. What did Shay Wilson say? Who else? What? Oh, excuse me. Anyway. Oh, man, my nose. I'm probably going to throw one more load of laundry in and then talk a little bit more with y'all and then call it a night because we're going to drive home and get back to my house and chill the rest of the night and relax. And I'll read my comments and maybe get a hold of Naisha somehow. That would be good. Right. Somebody else could have been in the house that night. We don't know that. Again, so many variables until we know the truth and the facts fully. That's all I'm saying. We need to know everything before we can say. Which is why it probably seems like I'm very slanted anti-Shanann because the only thing I have is her videos to go by. And his interview videos. I have no videos of him prior to those interviews. Like, what was he like on his videos? Did he have videos? Did he have a Facebook? Well, he did have a Facebook page. We know that because he deleted it at some point, which I didn't quite understand that video. Did you guys watch that video about it said Chris deletes his Facebook page or something? Did he like show his phone or something and said that he deleted it? Is that what was going on in that one video? I don't know. Could be true, Wake. I wouldn't doubt it. Women can be very wily and influence people like that. Highly possible. Oh, anyway. Oh, excuse me. Long day. He did, and Shanann Watts was there. What was it I just asked you? I am so sorry. I'm that tired that I can't remember. What did I just ask? What did I just ask, Marty? I can't even remember what I just asked you. I am so sorry. I remember saying, oh, about the Facebook thing. Oh, yeah, he showed okay, the deleted Facebook page, yeah. And I'm wondering why he suddenly deleted his Facebook. What was that about? What time is it? 8:25. 8:25. It's getting late for me. You guys know I'm not a night person anyways. Yeah, I know, Natalie. I noticed that too. No, they never said why he deleted the Facebook page, but I thought that was interesting because didn't he delete it right before all this went down? Like he was trying to erase some kind of evidence of something. I don't know. Maybe eventually some videos will surface of him and then I can point some fingers that direction. Yeah, I don't know, Bean Sprout. I'm not sure. But I would imagine the courts will confiscate all that and maybe use it at a later date if they'll use it. I don't know if it's admissible evidence anyways. Yeah, I know it's 9:25 in New York. It's getting late for everybody. Okay, y'all. I think I'm just going to call it a night right now because I'm getting tired. I don't know if I'm even going to get the rest of my laundry done tonight. I'm getting really sleepy. So I'm going to let y'all go, but I am going to try to get a hold of Naisha as soon as I get off of here. Thanks everybody for coming in. We will do this again soon. We always do. Lord willing. You guys have a great night and bless you. Talk soon.